Hi, I just watched The Eternal the other day and I walked in there thinking I would be simping for Icarus, but no. Druig is so good looking. I swear, I would let that man rail my Aiden. And this is the VG channel. So, ignoring me being horny on the main, but we're doing a Kyrie deck profile today. So Kyrie is the starter deck that we get for Lyrical Monasterio for the first Lyrical wave. First wave of the Lyrical Monasterio support. There we go. I cannot speak. It's 3 in the morning. So it's Alessis Kyrie. So let's just get into it. I don't see a lot of deck lists for her because everyone is like, they prefer the 5 decks that you get in the set, but you know, Kyrie is really fun to play with. So for the ride deck, it's Kyrie, her grade 2, her grade 1, and the grade 0. The grade 0 doesn't matter. Let's start with this. So grade 0, when wrote upon, if you go second, draw a card. Great. Nanami is when it's placed on the Vanguard circle, you choose a grade 1 from your drop zone and call it to the rear guard circle as rest. So, which means you should have an opening hand with at least one grade 1, so that way her skill is always active. The grade 2 is when this unit attack, you choose one of your rear guard and you bounce it back to your hand. That's great. Make sure you have a rear guard when this girl go into attack. Also, it let you be a little aggressive with the deck, which is great. And then the main girl, Kyrie, on Vanguard circle, when this unit attack, so blast 1, choose up to 2 rear guard and return them to your hand. This is a lovely effect, but to add on to that is the second effect is auto on Vanguard circle. At the end of the battle, that this unit attack, if you persona wrote this turn, choose up to 2 cards from your hand and call them to different rows. So I made a mistake thinking that I can call them to different column. So I would call 2 things to the front to make like a 5 attack when I persona wrote her, but no, you can't do that. It has to be different rows, so something in the front row and something in the back row. The effect is still good, just not as good as I thought it was, but it's still doable. You can still make 5 attack, but just have a few hoops to jump through. So we have 3 more copy of her because persona writing is important, and yeah, it might be a little issue having to have persona write in order to use her second skill, but I add in a few cards to help mitigate that. We're gonna play 4 of the oh my god, these names. Capriccio of Circulating Star, Ingrid. She is one of the staple cards for Felty Rosa, but she's also helpful in this deck for her second skill, which is when this unit is attacked, plus 5k until the end of the battle, and at the end of that battle, put this unit to the bottom of the deck. It's great because it's a 15k attacker, 25 if you have Persona Ride, which you hopefully will have, and she get rid of herself, which is great. That's what Kyrie need, because you need to get rid of your field by the time Kyrie finish her attack. Well, not get rid of the whole field, but you know, get rid of the front row so you can do stuff with the front row to give you more attack. Next, plays 2 selfie practice Annalise. For the same reason that we play Spica, for the same reason we play Ingrid, she also get rid of herself. The reason why I play 4 of Ingrid and less of Annalise is because she required me to boost, and getting rid of the back row is a little harder than getting rid of the front row. But still, Annalise is nice sometimes because she also provides you soul, because the deck can eat up soul like the deck give you just enough soul to do stuff, but if you want to extend, it kind of have a little issue if your extension play require you to soul blast more soul. But Annalise is here if you need it. And 2 of her is fine. Before moving on, Kyrie is one of the most versatile decks in the Lyrical Monasterio at the moment, in my opinion, because you can build her deck in so many different ways, so you don't have to stick to exactly this deck list that I'm giving you. You can change stuff around if it doesn't fit how you want it, and you can definitely just like completely revamp the whole deck list. Of course, like all deck lists, you can change it as any way you want, but for Kyrie, it's especially that case. Like, try out my deck list, see if you like it, and whatever you don't like, take it out, try it with something else, and keep trying until you get something you like. My deck list is just what I prefer, and not everyone's the same. We're next up. We're gonna play three of these girl. Wish fulfilled by a pair, Milia. And like the name suggests, there is a card that go along with this card. But its effect is when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 dreaming pupil Emily. These names. Call it to an open rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. You have noticed a lot of the card that call stuff out require you to have an open rearguard circle, unlike the Bermuda of the past. So, which means you have to get rid of those cards, which is, I find that is an issue with this deck because it's so hard to get rid of, to have open rearguard circle instead of just directly calling over it. Now, the only grade 2 we run in the main deck is Brilliance of Elegance Aerith. Anyway, on auto rearguard circle, when this unit attack while boost, if your Vanguard is Kyrie, counterblast 1 and choose one card from your hand and call it to an open rearguard circle. She is one of the cards that you can use to make more than 4 attack, which is lovely. She's great. And like I say, she is the only grade 2 we're gonna play, so we're moving on to the grade 1. And Munching Girl Seiya. She also come in the starter deck as a playset, so if you buy the starter deck, you will have her. She's great. She is your go-to card when you're discarding for your riding from the ride deck, especially at grade 1, because grade 1, discard her. The grade 1 Nanami will call her back, use her skill, soul blast the starter out, call something from the top. Great field plus for early gameplay. Oh, I should read the effect. Yeah, the effect is basically that. When this unit is placed on a rearguard circle, soul blast 1, look at the top card of your deck, call it to an open circle, or put it into your hand. If you put it into your hand, discard it. You will rarely put it into your hand because you don't want to discard anything. Besides, the next turn you're gonna ride up to that grade 2, and whatever you want to add to your hand, just bounce it then. Stupid. But she is a 3k body, so number is not desirable, but we got to do what we got to do. And then we have 3 Dreaming Pupil and Meddling. She says continuous on rearguard circle. If you have 3 or more other rearguard, this card get plus 5k. So a 14k attacker, booster, lovely card. And she got called out by that grade 3. And she get called out by that grade 3 earlier. Now, what make Persona riding easier in this deck is this girl. Magnificent Timbre, Leodia. Her effect is when this unit is placed onto the rearguard circle, counter +1, reveal 2 normal unit from your hand, put them to the bottom of your deck, choose one of your Vanguard, search your deck for a copy of the Vanguard, add it to your hand, shuffle the deck. Lovely. Now, what is the combo that I'm striving for is if you draw into her, instead of searching it out with the partner, her, if you draw into her, you can use these girl to immediately put these back to secure your Persona Ride for the upcoming turn, and this girl can call those copy that you put into the deck back out onto the field, which is great because, you know, even if you play 4 of, some of them might be in a damage zone, some of them might be in a drop zone, so drawing them into your hand is not terrible, but these girl will help you put them back. And if you really need to, you can bounce these back from the field and then put it back with these girl, with the bird girl, which is great. She doesn't gain any power from that, but she's still an 8k base, so thank God. Yeah, that's what I base my strategy around to secure my Persona Ride. Next up is the regular stuff. For PG, does not matter what PG you play, it just had to be the PG from the set. The overtrigger. I run 3 draw because front does not matter in this deck. Front does nothing. And then we have 4 heal and 8 crit. Yeah, that's it. That is the Kyrie deck that I personally like. So the deck, it's fun. It's really fun to play with. If you like Tetris, you will have a field day with this deck. Of course, it's not as powerful as I initially thought, but it's fine. It's fine. Like I say at the beginning of the video, at the beginning? Is it at the beginning? It doesn't matter. She is one of the more versatile deck. You can switch a lot of stuff around, have fun with it, and for upcoming future, it will be great if she get more support dedicated to her through stuff that would get rid of themselves and gain you something like a draw. Countercharge would be great, so that way I can keep using the girl that call out stuff and keep getting copies of the Vanguard. My god. Some resource stuff, clearing the field a little bit would be nice, and just overall I would give this, like, I wouldn't say it's like top tier contender. Maybe it's Cat Girl is like the top out of all of the Lyrical deck, and then it goes to Clarissa, and some people say Celestial. I would say Kyrie is not all the way at the bottom. If you know how to play Kyrie, she is definitely not all the way at the bottom. She's good. Give her a chance. And she will for sure get more support because she is so basic that whatever support come out, you will somehow find it to stick it into the deck. Great. Well, that's all I have for you today. Have a nice dream. I'm gonna go and look at picture of the actor that played Druig in the Eternal. But remember to take care of yourself, and I'll be seeing you real soon, my love.